After 4 weekends of intense play from the world's best softball players, the chase for the gold comes down to this. Every day this weekend is poised to be moving day, and come Sunday, someone will have their name added to history. This is it, the final weekend of Athletes Unlimited Softball Year 3. We've got 3 more days to figure out the best of the best. We start with Team Denham taking on Team Chidester, and there is so much on the line. We have got a jam-packed leaderboard brought to you by Geico. This is just the top 10. But folks, it is tight all the way through. And I'll give you an example how tight it is. With 3 more days remaining, 3 more games for every single player, we have 9 different players within 290 points of first place. We're showing you Savannah Jaquish because in one day earlier this year, she had 278 points. So folks, a lot of players still in the mix to be the champion of champions. Glad to have you along for the ride. Happy Friday to you and yours with my partner, Danielle Laurie. I am Eric Collins, and Danielle, it's been fantastic. Wall to wall the first 4 weekends, and now we've got 3 more days to really have something fun happen.
Yeah, did I say how good it is to be back with you? By the way, it is. But we're going into the last week, and when you go into week 5, there's so many cool things that can happen because everyone wants that top spot, especially the captain, and you have a first-time captain, Alyssa Denham. She's someone, to me, every single week has continued to get better, but her week 4 last week set herself up to be the captain and control her own destiny coming into week 5. Her ability to keep the ball down in the zone, change speeds, and continue to attack these hitters has been so impressive. Another standout for me, Amanda Chidester. We've just continuously seen her be that captain. 38 at-bats on the season with just a cool .342 average. But to me, it's the strikeouts. She has only had 4 strikeouts this whole season. So when she steps in the batter's box, she can change the dynamic of a game. She's every single week chosen a great team to support her and get her ready to rock. We'll see what she'll be able to do in week 5.
Well, it's not just Danielle and myself. We have company as well. Third member of our crew is Key Michael. She's everywhere at the same time. Key, what's going on?
I'm company and I'm trouble, you know it, but it's so sunny out here. I found some sunglasses. Thank you so much. They look better on you than they do on me. But we're going to be finding some family, some friends out here in the stands to chat to, so stick around for that.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, we're going to do this doubleheader tonight. We've got a doubleheader tomorrow, and then a doubleheader on Sunday. When it's all said and done, late Sunday afternoon, we will have 1 remaining champion. Last year's champion, Alicia Ocasio, champion of year 1, Kat Osterman, will have 1 more name added to that list as the champion here in 2022. Mariah Masson is going to get the start to begin our ball game. She has been plucked by Team Chidester. She'll be in the circle here in the top of the first inning.
And she's been pretty consistent. Don't let the ERA fool you. This is a tough league with some of these hitters, and she is someone as well every week is just kind of dialed it in. She can throw it hard, high velocity, but works both sides of the zone really well. Attacks the inner half on the hitters, which to me is such a big piece of a fear factor as a pitcher, saying, hey, this is my plate. But today she's going to have to throw that changeup a little bit and mix that in as well.
All right, here's the 9 that Masson will face. The starting lineup for Team Denham. Amanda Lorenz will lead things off out in left field. Aubrey Leach has had a wonderful season. Savannah Jaquish in 3 spot. TV Tori Vidalis is your cleanup hitter with DJ Sanders and Kaylee Clifton. Danielle Gibson, rookie right fielder. Gwen Svekis behind the plate. And the veteran Megan Wiggins is the number 9 hitter. Take a look at the defense for Team Chidester. Jasmine Jackson, Bubba Nichols in center, Haley Busby in right. Cheryl and Urtez left side of the infield. Harshman and Chidester on the right side. Taylor Edwards behind the plate. Oh, by the way, 3 of the 4 infielders Olympian from a year ago. Urtez, Team Mexico, Harshman, Team Canada, and of course Chitty Chitty Bang Bang representing the United States. Glad to have you here with Danielle Laurie and Key Michael. I'm Eric Collins. Starting our Friday in Chicago. A lot of people throughout the course of the week were talking about this team drafted by Alyssa Denham. First-time captain, Alyssa Denham, breaking up a streak of, remember we had the same 4 captains each of the last couple of weeks with Savannah Jaquish, Amanda Chidester, Deja Mulipola, and Haley McClenny. But now Denham is one of the captains for the very first time, and she had a very ambitious draft on Monday.
And I'm surprised you haven't said it yet. The fact that she's the blue team just kind of helps Alyssa Denham rocking the denim.
I've said for years, if she ever is the captain of a team, I think that Alyssa Denham's team should be wearing jeans, right? Wear denim. She does have the blue. In case you're wondering, Alyssa Denham is calling her own number. She will be the starting pitcher when we see Team Denham out in the field to the bottom of the first inning.
Well, and to me, statement made drafting Garcia, getting another pitcher, knowing that this is kind of a situation going into week 5 where you've got to win innings, you've got to win games, but you also need some help in the circle. You cannot do it all yourself. So to be able to have someone like a Rachel Garcia who's been able to throw complete games, who has been very consistent this whole season, I think that also gives some confidence for Team Denham going into the weekend, knowing that you have those 2 rock-solid pitchers.
Yeah, Team Denham, Alyssa picking Rachel Garcia right out of the chute and taking Amanda Lorenz with her 2nd-round pick. Somehow got Savannah Jaquish in the 3rd round, Tori Vidalis in the 4th, red-hot Aubrey Leach in the 5th. We'll see how it all plays out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lorenz leads AU in walks, and she strikes out. Fouled it into the catcher Edwards' glove, and we're underway. 1 out in the first inning.
This is a really pretty pitch location by Masson. This down and in pitch. You see that perfect rotation of that ball moving downward. That 12-6 spin, that's a dangerous pitch. She can keep it down in the zone on some of those hitters.
Here's Aubrey Leach, Houston native, now makes her home in Knoxville, Tennessee. Leach beginning the final weekend 17th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Little tapper, Sherrill. Sydney Sherrill has been elite with a glove as a rookie. 2 down.
And this is what you have to do in a situation with speed at the plate. Sid Sherrill knows all day. Aubrey Leach has a lot of speed up the line. He's got to make a money throw. And at times you'll see potential corners play a little differently because that speed adds a different type of pressure, but fields it cleanly, makes a good throw.
Here's Savannah Jaquish. Jaquish beginning the final weekend, 6th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. No longer a captain for the first time in a while. Batting average of .405 with 4 homers.
Those are good back-to-back spots. And I think really that first inning is kind of where we're establishing the strike zone. What we can get as pitchers. Are you going to be able to get a ball in, half a ball? The sooner you figure that out, the more you can toy with a hitter.
Home plate umpire is Smokey Eads. Down the first base line, Don Brown, third base umpire, Scott Mayer. 2 balls and a strike to Jaquish. This has been a very selective Team Denham. They've only swung the bat twice here in our first inning. That's the 3rd swing we've seen on the 12th pitch of the game.
And every week these women are getting opportunities to learn and know more about each other. So what you're willing to do to figure out your game plan as a hitter, as a pitcher, going up against each other constantly, you got to bring something different.
Jaquish just got a piece of it. Masson, the rookie from Oregon State, comfortable wearing the orange. 2 wins, 3 losses, good ERA, just a little bit over 4. And the count will go full to Jaquish. Masson was in demand Monday's draft. She had a nice weekend last weekend, picked up 11 spots on the leaderboard. It's getting better as the season goes on. Little nubber will do it again.
You also have to think sometimes these rookies, fresh out of college, are still trying to figure it out. There's not coaches here. So it's like, what are you doing every single day to kind of prepare yourself, whether you have a good weekend, a bad weekend? That accountability piece is so important with just how you're choosing to prepare.
Off-speed pitch on 3-2, and Jaquish takes it, and we'll have a base runner for the first time.
First baseman, playing for Hooks between.
It's a really good at bat by Savannah Jaquish, seeing a good amount of pitches. Putting Tori Vidalis in a situation here with 2 down.
TV Tori Vidalis riding a 10-game hitting streak, swings to the first pitch, and Amanda Chidester makes the play in foul territory. Amanda Chidester playing her final weekend of professional softball. She'll bat when we return to the village of Rosemont. Welcome back, everyone. Uneventful top of the first inning for Team Denham. A 2-out walk to Savannah Jaquish, but that was it. Now it's the bottom of the first inning, and we will see the captain for Team Denham, Alyssa Denham, in the circle where she was magical a weekend ago.
Well, and just looking at her ERA goes to show she's been really successful keeping the ball in the yard, keeping the ball down in the zone. Has one of the best drop balls here. It's heavy, but it's that changeup. She can throw a regular changeup. She can throw that off-speed curveball. And I think the one thing that pitchers need to know when you play in Athletes Unlimited, if you cannot change speeds, your life is a little bit harder. These hitters are just too good. You have to mix it up.
Now this is the lineup that Alyssa Denham will face. Team Chidester has Anissa Urtez leading things off. Jasmine Jackson, the captain, Chidester. Bubba Nichols hits fourth. Kelsey Harshman, Taylor Edwards, Jordan Roberts, Haley Busby out in right field, and the rookie third baseman, Sydney Sherrill. Urtez has been with Amanda Chidester this entire softball season. Deep to right field, catches made by Danielle Gibson just shy of the warning track, and Urtez is out number 1.
510, number 24, Jasmine Jackson.
And right field at this time of day is the hardest to play, and Danielle Gibson does a good job. She's rocking the visor, wearing the sunnies. That ball goes up in the air. We've seen some different situations this year with the sun balls, and right field at times gets the best of it.
Here's Jasmine Jackson. Called strike 1 to Jackson. Jackson on the year, .216 is the batting average. 8 hits and 37 at bats. Jackson, like Urtez in front of her, has been a part of Athletes Unlimited all 3 seasons.
It's a good spot. I think you got to keep working that corner, especially with just a vet like Gwen Svekis behind the plate. Want to be able to get that ball off the plate. I like that spot, and I think you just keep working it.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
I just keep pumping that away. That one looked pretty similar to the last, so maybe Smokey Eds is.
Oh my goodness. She strikes out without taking the bat off her shoulder. Called strike 3, 2 down.
Such a pretty pitch, like just the rotation. I do think it's a little far, but I am a pitcher, and there's part of me that wants these pitchers to be able to get river. Sometimes the other batter's box can be tough, but I like that spot.
By river, you're talking about the area between the plate and the batter's box.
And that's what they're supposed to get in this league. They've extended the strike zone a little bit, a little higher, a little lower, but they're also kind of expanding and making sure that these pitchers can get the river. And these hitters are good enough to hit that pitch. That's the thing. We've seen I've faced some of these hitters that have hit it off me in the other batter's box. It's just whether or not you're committed to it.
Chidester pops it up. That'd be a home run in the phone booth. Catch is made by Aubrey Leach, and the side is retired. So Alyssa Denham doing her thing. A 1-2-3 first inning. Scoreless ball game. We played one inning here in the village of Rosemont, Parkway Bank Sports Complex. Team Denham, Team Chidester. This is the final weekend of 5 Athletes Unlimited softball. Week 4 was very good to these 6 players. Taylor McQuillan and Kaylee Clifton, the top 2 movers up the leaderboard. We're going to see Kaylee Clifton bat second here in this second inning. She moved up from the 50th spot, 50 out of 60, all the way up to the 30th spot. That's a heck of a performance by her. Here's DJ Sanders. Sanders, obviously a wonderful player, having a good year, but also a sentimental pick by the captain, Alyssa Denham. Very good friends, former roommates at the college level. Both played at Louisiana.
And I'm pretty sure they're roommates here.
I think that they are.
Yeah.
Or at least they were last year. Definitely, there's that connection. DJ currently 16th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Mariah Masson missed inside, 69 miles an hour. She can bring it. She'll rush it up there on you. Masson struck out Lorenz in the first inning. The only blemish an inning ago was the walk to Jaquish. Can't blame her. And now the walk to Sanders. So Masson has walked 2 of the first 5 batters that she's faced.
Well, and a little bit on the line with those rollover inning points. Every single inning is worth 10. So now we have a 20-point inning because no one was able to score in that first. And 75% of the point system comes from winning games and winning innings. If you're fortunate enough to be able to get great stat points, meaning a home run, doubles, triples, of course that helps MVP points, but the stats don't lie in the sense where 75% of your leaderboard points come from being fortunate enough to be on teams that win and being a part of winning innings and winning games.
Kaylee Clifton, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Ooh, tough break. Didn't mean to. Ball hit her bat down in the count. 0-2. Clifton, you see that uniform number 20. She moved up 20 spots on the leaderboard. Important home run last week. Won a ball game for her team. Got her MVP points. She was ready for that. We'll do it again. 0-2.
And it was so cool getting to tune in to you and Maddie last week and just really hearing about Amanda Lorenz and the pick to click. And this is someone who I've just consistently seen be successful throughout practice. And then to see Kaylee Clifton absolutely go off last weekend is cool to see, because you can put in all the work and sometimes the outcome is not what you want. Sometimes line drives, hitting good shots to the gaps, players laying out. Still got to keep just trucking away, putting in the work, getting the extra reps, and that's what Kaylee Clifton has continued to do and put in that work, and it really came together last weekend in week 4.
And before a game was played last Friday, Amanda Lorenz, her teammate a week ago, said, I think Kaylee Clifton's going to bust out. And boy, was she right. Nubbed foul at the plate. Ball and 2 strikes to Clifton. Former national champion, playing for Patty Gasso out in Norman, Oklahoma. She's a native Oklahoman. There's Amanda Lorenz. Does anyone have more fun than Amanda Lorenz?
Yeah, I always said she's someone that I did not like playing against, but I always wish I got the chance to compete on the same team.
Softly hit. Masson has to hurry. And the out is recorded at first. That goes as basically a sacrifice bunt, even though Clifton won't get credit for the bunt, but a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Hey fans, it's time to earn points for watching. If you're an Unlimited Club member, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points and move up the leaderboard. To get the app, download it today for free and get access to great AU content and experiences all year long. Danielle Gibson. Out in front, 0-1 to Gibson. Rookie from Arkansas. Gibson right now 31st on the leaderboard. 31st out of 60. Among qualified players at the Division I level this past spring, Gibson was 5th in batting average. 445 with power, playing in the SEC. Ball and 2 strikes.
It's probably all too familiar for her to kind of be around Janae Jefferson. Like that super regional Texas Arkansas was probably one of the best that I have ever gotten the chance to sit down and watch. It was such a dogfight, and when I had asked just Danielle Gibson about it, she just said it was just crushing, you know. And it's, you wish everyone got a taste of Oklahoma City. You see Janae Jefferson, you just wish everyone, like players like Danielle Gibson, but it is so hard to get there, and it was one of the best super regional matchups I've seen in a while.
Swing and a miss. Masson gets a big second out.
This is a screwball on the outside part of the plate. Really pretty pitch. Just continues to tail away into Taylor Edwards.
Here's Gwen Svekis, number 8 hitter in Team Denham's lineup. Svekis tied for 28th on the leaderboard. There's some swings that Masson has to be liking right now. There's been some non-committal swings against her stuff.
And I mean, we haven't obviously seen too much of the game, but if I'm looking at anything with Masson right now, it's just good quality spots, great location, hitting really money corners. And that's what it is about. And it's not only at the professional level. If you want to be successful as a pitcher in general, location is key. Velocity helps, movement helps, but if you cannot hit good spots, it's going to be hard to be successful against the best in the world.
A lot of spin on it. Masson waits it out, throws to first, side is retired. So she works around the leadoff walk, and another goose egg put up by Team Denham. Now, summer in Chicago doesn't get any better. Chicagoans getting their Friday on. We'll be back in a moment. We played a scoreless inning and a half. If Team Chidester can score just 1 run here in the bottom of the second inning, it will be plus 20 for everyone on Team Chidester. Geico leaderboard changes every time that there is a ball put in play, even when balls aren't put in play. It is a fluid thing. As we enter our final weekend, you got Deja Mulipolo with a nice head start, but Danielle Laurie, it is not a done deal that she will end up with the top spot Sunday evening.
Well, and sometimes you don't know if you're going to be able to win those innings or win games. You want your team to perform. So as a captain, even though Mulipolo is up top, things got to continue to click and you have to be successful. But what I've always loved about Athletes Unlimited is that they just always go back to the basics of the game, which is really stressing about winning outs, winning innings, because ultimately that's how you can continue to move up the leaderboard.
Bubba Nichols leads things off. It'll be Nichols, Harshman, and Edwards batting against Alyssa Denham. For Nichols, this is her first full Athletes Unlimited season. She got a late start last year, was finishing up time with Team USA, was over in Tokyo for the Olympics, and then joined the league halfway through. But what a wonderful addition she has been to Athletes Unlimited, with that power bat, with the way that she sees the game, with the way that she can play defense, all 3 outfield positions.
And Savannah Collins did a really great interview where she sat down with Bubba Nichols. And I mean, Bubba Nichols' biggest goal coming into this season and getting herself that full year was to come in and learn from the vets, sit and have those conversations. She felt like she was a lot more reserved last year. And I think when you're able to learn from some of the best and put yourself in that position, you're just constantly learning.
Second baseman.
You're talking about Savannah Collins, while Savannah Jaquish makes a nice play. 5-3 on the putout. That's the first out of our second inning. Now these are the top 8 draft picks through the first 2 rounds in Monday's Week 5 draft. Anissa Urtez, when she was taken by Amanda Chidester, that guaranteed that history would be made. It's the first time in the history of Athletes Unlimited that 2 players have been on the same team throughout the entire 5-week season. Amanda Chidester, Anissa Urtez. And that was by design. Amanda Chidester, being the captain very first week, was able to pick Anissa Urtez, and the beat just continued as we went along.
And there's a lot that goes into that first round draft pick, like the confidence that you have in that person, because that's also someone that helps you make those decisions. And yes, they have the facilitators, which ultimately can help them when it comes to different things, but these captains make the decision. So to be able to trust in someone and also kind of ask their opinions just makes your team stronger, makes them better. And I mean, the fact that you get to play with your fiance every day. I mean, those 2 are grinding together, both of them Olympians. Anissa Urtez with Team Mexico, Amanda Chidester with Team USA. So how cool that Amanda Chidester gets to end her career getting to be on the field every day with her fiance. That's a big deal.
And close to storybook. Kelsey Harshman sprays it foul. Harshman leading the league in doubles. Comes into this final weekend with 6 doubles. Batting average of .378. A homer, 12 runs batted in. She's been in the top 10 for the last 3 weeks as a captain. A couple of weeks ago, lifts it foul and out of play. Yeah, Harshman's had her best season, no doubt about it, this year. Just been consistent since week 1. One of the tougher outs in the league.
And such a gamer, and just, I mean, I've been lucky to get the opportunity to play with her with Canada, so maybe I'm biased, but just such a fun teammate to be around. Makes you better, makes you laugh. And I think at the end of the day, these women really, ultimately they want to win games, but I think at the end of the day, when you're doing this, you want to compete side by side with people that like you're truly enjoying your time with. You know they're going to give you absolutely everything.
Called strike 3, second strikeout for Denham.
The catcher, playing for the Trevor Project.
And second, backwards K. This almost looks like a backdoor curveball. And hey, if I can continue to get this outside part of the plate, I'm going to just pepper it away to those lefties. Clearly the hitters seem a little bit off with maybe the strike zone, but as a pitcher, you tip your cap and you say, all right, you're going to give me a ball and a half off the plate. I'm going to use that to my advantage.
Here's Taylor Edwards. She can turn around any pitch. A couple of homers on the year. 12 runs batted in. 20 points on the line. This is a rollover inning because the first inning was tied. Alyssa Denham has gone 12 2/3 since she last gave up a run. She got the last 4 innings on Friday, shutout ball.
Yeah.
She had 7 innings on Sunday of shutout ball. And now the first inning and the first 2 outs here, 12 2/3 shutout softball against the best hitters in the world. What a remarkable feat for Alyssa Denham. Into shallow center, Megan Wiggins makes the play, and the side is retired. So Denham has faced 6 and retired 6 in a row. The third is next. Whole bunch of nothing here in the village of Rosemont, and 1-1 out of the way. It's a pitcher's duel. The wind's blowing in, and we've got the 2 teams with a lot on the line getting after it. Hey, you softball fans, would you like to win an autographed ball signed by Rachel Garcia? Well, now you can. Go to auprosports.com/sweepstakes to register to win today. No purchase necessary. Other restrictions may apply. Pretty nice weapon lurking in that dugout for Team Denham. Alyssa doesn't need much help these days, but should she need to go to the pen, She has got Rachel Garcia available all weekend long, and not only has Garcia been effective, but she's also been a bulldog who's willing to eat up innings for you. So Denham thought well when she drafted her team on Monday. Here's Megan Wiggins. To make the statement that probably no one knows that left-handed batter's box that she's standing in better than Megan Wiggins. Spent 8 years playing professional ball, many of those years in this ballpark as a Chicago Bandit, sometimes as an opponent, and now her 3rd year with Athletes Unlimited. Super talented, athletic, but also a grinder. Loves the game of softball, loves to practice the game of softball.
And I can really appreciate Megan Wiggins and just her attention to detail on her off-season training this year with not only the physical fitness, but dialing in the nutrition and really working on that piece, because having that conversation with her, especially about getting older, you still have the mentality of the softball player at 21, but your body sometimes can't keep up with the mentality. So it's being able to make sure that you're doing everything you can, nutrition, fueling yourself properly. And she definitely came in a little bit lighter, a little bit stronger, and I think that is so cool to see when you have someone that is one of the oldest players in the league that has really dialed all of that stuff in. You love to see it.
Masson looking to strike out Wiggins. On the ground, muffed by Chidester, and Wiggins is safe at first. Second consecutive inning that the leadoff batter is aboard for Team Denham.
And that sun to the right side is a lot, but that definitely is a ball Amanda Chidester wishes she could get back to make. When you give off leadoff base hits or make little mistakes, especially with a lot on the line, right, Eric? I mean, we got 30 inning points on the line. It's got away from her.
So one time through the lineup, 3 members of Team Denham have reached against Mariah Masson without the benefit of a base hit. A couple of walks, and now the error committed by Chidester. Amanda Lorenz. Called strike 1 to Lorenz. Lorenz began our ball game by striking out against Masson. It's like there's one bit of shadow on our field right now, and it's right in the line where the pitcher slab is. So Lorenz is looking out at Masson, who's bathed in shadow.
Good opportunity here for Amanda Lorenz. Try to move Megan Wiggins 60 feet, put her in scoring position, especially hitters count 2-1.
Yeah, Lorenz in the driver's seat now.
Well, and the last thing you want to do is walk Lorenz and put a speedy Aubrey Leach who can lay that bunt down.
Clubbed deep to left field, going back, surrounding it. Jackson, it's over her head. It's a homer. Amanda Lorenz makes it 2-0. Team Denham.
They travel 247 feet over the left field wall.
3rd homer of the season for Lorenz, and that is huge in our ball game.
Well, and that's why Alyssa Denham chose Amanda Lorenz right after Rachel Garcia coming in clutch. We got a 3-1 count. This is an elevated pitch. This is not a bad pitch. She just stays on playing with it, sees it a little bit deeper in the zone. Apo Taco, I thought for a second maybe Jasmine Jackson was going to be able to run it down, but sneaks over at 247 feet.
That's the first base hit in our ball game for either side. A 2-run homer by Amanda Lorenz. We got to figure out what that celebration is. I've been talking all week long that they should be called the blue jeans. Denham's blue jeans. Maybe the whole little pad on the pants had some reference to denim pants.
I thought for sure they would Amazon Prime something Denham.
Alyssa Denham, the captain for the first time, and let the jokes ensue. Ball and 2 strikes to Aubrey Leach. 13 hits and 36 at bats for Leach. Tough chance. Urtez makes it look routine. You had the speedy Leach busting it down the line, and Urtez got her by 2 steps. Just because you kind of need to with inning points and all that kind of stuff, we're already going to forward to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's going to be the bottom 3 in the order. Batting against Alyssa Denham for that home run by Amanda Lorenz. More trees have been planted for every run during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season. Aspiration is planting 10 trees. Heading into this final week 5, 2,430 trees have been committed this season thanks to Aspiration's support. Here's Savannah Jaquish. Jaquish had one of the most unusual games over the weekend on Sunday, day 3 of week 4. One of the all-time greats in this format didn't get a point the entire day. She went 0 for 3 with a bat in her hands, put the ball in play 3 times, but flied out twice and bounced out, and her team did not win an inning. So she got 0 points on the day, which is just unheard of for someone like Savannah Jaquish.
Oh, and Alyssa Denham coming in with 264 that day, which is the max that you can get as
Perfect
a pitcher. And that's why she sees herself in that captain's chair. I mean, her performance last week was incredible, but that has only happened 3 times, and 2 of them have been Kat Osterman in 2020 and 2021. So it really goes to show that's it's a challenge, and that means that you have to record every single out in the game, and for pitchers, it's +4 for every out recorded. You have to win every single inning to get your 70 points, 50 points for the win points, but then you get that MVP 1, so you're gonna get 60 additional points, which puts them at 264 if you can max out everything.
And that's what Denham did. It was historically good. 3 balls and a strike to Jaquish. This was the count that Lorenz hit her home run on. That's walk number 3 for Masson. So she's walked 3 and only given up 1 hit, but she's trailing 2-0. Second walk for Jaquish, so Jaquish, without putting anything in play, already a +16. Walks are 8 points each. Tori Vidalis popped out in the first pitch she saw in the first inning. And even 1,000 points for Vidalis. Tori's got a 10-game hitting streak. In case you're wondering, is that the longest hitting streak active? No, it's not. Shannon Rhodes has hit in all 12 games.
Yeah.
The rookie. Every game she's played here in Rosemont.
I think she's had 4 multi-hit games. She's high on my list for Rookie of the Year candidates. Stats don't lie.
Ball and 2 strikes. Still just 1 out. Already 2 runs have scored for Team Denham. In the gap, right center field. That's going to make it all the way to the wall. Jaquish steaming towards third. She's going to be sent. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. Vidalis to third, and that ball gets away. She'll stop there. An RBI double for Tori Vidalis.
Designated player 37, DJ Sanders.
This is a pitch, just leaks a little bit too much over the heart of the plate, and Tori Vidalis just takes it right to the wall. Just an absolute laser. Bubba Nichols does a good job of fielding it, but Jaquish has a lot of speed, able to get home easy in a quick turn of events here. 3-0 Team Denham.
I like the slide by Jaquish, just straight in. A lot of times this season we've seen players slide by and try and touch the plate on the way by. Jaquish said, you know what, the fastest point between 2 points is a straight line.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's all I remember from math. I'm done. DJ Sanders is the batter. She walked an inning ago against Masson. This is an abundance of riches right now for Alyssa Denham. Denham hasn't given up a run in her last 13 innings of work, and now she's got a 3-run cushion to try and win this third inning.
Well, and kind of just going back to her drafting Rachel Garcia, as a pitcher in the captain's chair, you want to draft someone that can complement what you bring to the table. And Rachel Garcia is that. You think about Alyssa Denham, changes speeds down in the zone. Rachel Garcia up 68 to 70 miles an hour with great rise ball spin. So knowing that as well as a pitcher for Denham, if you know you're cruising through the 5th inning, maybe get into trouble, you have the leader in strikeouts on your team in Rachel Garcia with 38, who can maybe come in and drop the hammer if you need it.
Sanders fouls that off her front foot. The thing about Alyssa Denham, who is just chilling in that first base dugout right now, is pitchers, the way that the scoring algorithm works is you go forward and you go backwards. You get +4 for every out, but then you give up an earned run and you lose 10. She hadn't had many negatives. She has scored 156 points since she last had a negative. Urtez knew the speed of Sanders down the first base line and made sure she controlled things. There are now 2 outs. So Kaylee Clifton trying to keep the inning alive. Runner on at third base, Tori Vidalis. Already 3 runs in for Team Denham. Danielle, it's important to remember that this inning began with the error by the captain Chidester at first, and that just kind of set everything in motion. Masson lost her margin of error right from the jump.
Masson just not looking as sharp. First inning, nails. Second inning, pretty good, but it walked hitter. And I just think when you're constantly coming from behind, that's when you get into trouble with the hitters and the parity of what they bring to the table in this league. It's being able to establish, okay, what can I get? What is a pitch that on the righties I know I consistently get for a strike, in and out? And you want to live being able to get ahead of hitters, because if we're constantly playing catch up and already at 70 pitches in the third inning, it's just at times can be a long day.
Clifton thought that was inside, but it's a strike, 3-1. Five-pitch walk to Clifton. That is now 4 free passes allowed by Masson.
Well, and that's an example, like a 3-1 count way out of the zone. Like, we're not even talking about a pitch that's close. And that's kind of what Masson has to figure out here pretty quickly.
Well, maybe she feels more comfortable pitching to Gibson. She did strike out Gibson an inning ago. First and third. Chance to do something creative, possibly. Team Denham lifted on at first base. We've got 30 points on the line here, whichever team wins the third inning. If Alyssa Denham can go out there and just limit Team Chidester to 2 runs, she's going to pick up a whole bunch of points. Masson threw 36 pitches the first 2 innings total. She's already thrown 39 pitches here in the third inning, and she'll have to throw another. The 2 hits allowed by Masson, both extra base hits, both driving in runs.
You see kind of Masson walking off. That's a pitch that has been called for her. And we have seen that pitch be called for Alyssa Denham. I still kind of keep nibbling on that outside part of the plate. See if I can get a pitch like that.
Ooh, I think that may have hit Gibson if she hadn't hit it. That was coming up and in on her, and she was fortunate to hit the ball before it hit her. Big difference in this game, how efficient Alyssa Denham has been compared to Mariah Masson. And Masson's gonna have another 3-ball, 2-strike count.
And the one thing about this league with these hitters is they make you work. And even at times when you find yourself ahead 0-2, 1-2, you'll see a lot of these hitters seeing 6, 7 pitches.
And Masson, this is now the 16th batter she's faced in the game, and almost half of them, 7 of the 16, have had 3 balls on them. That's why the pitch count is at 79, with number 80 coming. She hasn't made it through the third. High drive, right field. This one is gone, a homer! A 3-run homer! Danielle Gibson, touch 'em all. Second homer of the inning for Team Denham. And they lead 6-0.
Up and in her wheelhouse. Turns on it, and this had a lot of height. Busby, I thought she was close on the warning track, but this ball carried even with the wind blowing in.
Team Chidester, they've got 3 hits. All of them have been extra bases. A double by Vidalis, and then the 2-run homer by Lorenz, and most recently the 3-run homer by Gibson. And they've batted around. Gwen Spekas, the 9th batter of this third inning. Man, the math is getting really interesting. If Alyssa Denham can come out and not give up a run in the third inning, of course she doesn't want to go backwards giving up an earned run. So if she doesn't give up a run, the plus 30, plus all the outs that she's gotten, I'm just handed a note, she's going to move all the way into the number 2 spot. She's going to pass Amanda Chidester on the leaderboard early in our ball game in the third inning. Should she put a 0 on the board in the bottom of the third, and we mentioned just a moment ago, she's going to face the bottom third of the order, Roberts, Busby, and Sherrill. Way out in front, that rare changeup from Masson.
We haven't seen her throw it a ton this game, which is obviously an important pitch, especially if you can be consistent with it, maybe get it in those hitters counts, 2-0, 2-1. That almost might have hit our camera guy. The crowd in front of me was.
It's been a long inning for Mazzone. All began with the error by the first baseman and captain, Amanda Chidester. Walks have been an issue, and then the long ball. Two balls and 2 strikes to Svekis. No swing, 3-2. This is the 8th 3-ball count in the first 17 batters of the game against Mazzone. Just amazing how the tide has turned, second time through the order for Team Denham. They had no hits first time through the order, but second time through the order, everyone's put the ball in play. You got the 2 homers, you got doubled, you got a couple of walks. That's what pros do, right? You figure things out and you get better. Be interesting to see if Mazzone gets a chance to see the 3rd time through the order, because can't imagine what's going to happen then.
Yeah, that's a lot of pitches. Only in the top of the 3rd.
No activity in the bullpen, though. Unless I missed it. Another 3-2 pitch. Into center field. This one is smoked. Just crushed. Deep home run, Gwen Svekis. Second of her season. And the inning extends to a 7-run outburst. Wow. 3rd homer of the inning. All 4 hits of the inning have been for extra bases for Team Denham.
Think about that at bat and how many pitches Gwen Svekis saw. That's not a bad pitch on the outer half. It's just Gwen was on time. She was seeing a lot of pitches, fouling pitches off she didn't want. Before you know it, got a 7-0 game.
Good golly. So Mazzone, who was cruising through the first 2 innings, just a couple of base runners on walks, ball hadn't left the infield. 3rd inning is a totally different deal, and she's lifted in favor of Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins. So as Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins is warming up, let's go behind the scenes with Key Michael.
Hey, Molly.
Hi, Key.
Where are we? What are we doing?
We're at a season ticket holder picnic.
We're at Bar 9 in right field. Some of the players are going to be here. We've got all sorts of fun stuff just to celebrate the people who appreciate us the most.
We appreciate them back.
We're gonna play some games, do some AU trivia, and eat some food.
Rosemont's a softball town. It's been a softball town for a long time. You have a lot of people who are here tonight that have been watching softball for as long as I could possibly imagine, and they want to be here to support the players, support the league, and so we want to do something fun for them.
So much fun. So if you're not a season ticket holder already, what are you doing? Thanks so much, Jack.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is softball capital of North America. Parkway Bank Sports Complex has been open for over a decade now. Only venue, pro softball, in North America. It has seen so many championships of the professional variety, and college tournaments have been played here, and travel ball teams have played here. And there's a dome right behind the 3rd base line. You can play year-round in there, and believe me, folks, people do. They come from all over the Midwest to play here in Rosemont. All right, new pitcher Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins comes on in relief of Mariah Mazzone.
And quite a difference. Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins, a little bit less velocity than Mazzone, goes to both sides well, but that curveball, it's a money pitch for her. She spins it into those lefties, away from the righties.
Megan Wiggins lifts this one into center field, and the play is made by Bubba Nichols, but not before major damage done
I mean, before you know it, Team Denham. This is the second pick for Team Denham. Amanda Lorenz. You have Danielle Gibson coming in hot, and Gwen Svekis with the solo shot to put Team Denham up 7-0 here in the third. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. We've made it to the bottom of the third inning. A 7-run outburst for Team Denham in the top of this third. Team Chidester, they're on the ropes right now. We got 30 points on the line. Unless they can get 7 points to roll it over, it's going to be a big win for Team Denham here early in the ballgame. All right, we're joined now by the facilitator for Team Denham. That is a familiar face to you softball fans, Charlotte Morgan. Man, was she wonderful as a player. Charlotte, how you doing, and are you enjoying life as facilitator this year?
Yeah, I'm so honored and blessed to have this opportunity. And you know, when I had to retire, I kept being a coach. I was a coach in the NPF for 2 years and ran in Sherry, and I just want to evolve the game, be a part of the game. Our game's so special, and I think that what they're doing here is awesome. And I think being able to relate, get to know different players, but also help them mentally and emotionally on and off, it's just a great experience, and I'm so glad to be back at this level and just enjoy softball.
Charlotte, take me through, obviously you being a facilitator for Team Denham, and she's a first-time captain. So what was her kind of method to the madness heading into the draft? Because I know there's that open Zoom where you guys are all kind of communicating, but was there anything particular that she wanted to do heading into the draft?
Yeah, it's really ironic. She actually struggled a little bit at AUX, and I was her facilitator, and she asked for a meeting, and I talked to her for probably over 2 hours and just kind of connected to her. And then here, you know, she's been doing phenomenal and had her on a team last week. And then she, as soon as they came out, I texted her, I said, guess what? And she's like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. You're exactly who I wanted. And so I think she knows, she trusts me. We communicate, we talked before the draft, and getting what she needs, what kind of things that she might not really see as being a pitcher, because when she gets on the mound, she's very zoned in. And so she, you know, I said, hey, let's do this. This is our plan. You know, during the draft, I'd chop in, hey, remember, hey, come on, everyone likes to talk, but stay to your plan, stick to what you want. And then when we came to the game time, it's last night, I texted her, I said, hey, send out our BP times, this and that, but guess what? It's my time. You go get ready for the game, and I'll take care of the lineup, I'll take care of the team. And so we have that mutual, you know, I don't want her to stress too much of being a captain the first time, but having that trust, I think she was able to say, okay, now it's your turn. And I think that that's what's awesome about here. All different captains are so different, but having that time to build that relationship, I think helped her to trust me, to know, okay, I can go out there and pitch, and, you know, Charlotte has me.
I have to ask just about your daughter being able to be involved. I mean, we know Courtney Gano is playing and her son Greggy, but what has that been like for you to bring your daughter Boston around these women, and just how important that's been, not only for these players, but for your kiddo as well?
Yeah, I think, you know, just in our game, just seeing a lot of moms is sometimes a lot of coaches step away from the game. And, you know, I am a single mom, and, you know, I'm a head coach, but having this opportunity and them just being so welcoming and so giving everything you need to be able to have her here. And people always say, oh, she looks more than 3. And she's around strong women all the time. And she doesn't even have any idea what's going on, and I can't wait to show her. I gave her a ball today. I'm like, go ask for autographs. Like, Miss Durrell, and I'm like, no, go ask for autographs. And I think it's so cool. And I could tell you that from the bottom of my heart, when I was a player, I was selfish and saw the game. But now having her in this game, it just opens my eyes, and it's so awesome.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Oh my goodness, the inning is over. You just picked up a whole bunch of inning wins, 80 points.
Love it.
Team Denham rocking and rolling. Charlotte Morgan, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Wow, 30 points in inning wins going for Team Denham. They're leading 7-0. Haley Busby too far around the bag at second, and it costs her.
One, two, three, bang, bang. Don't laugh at me, Gwen. Oh, Capitan said scoot down. I could have fouled it off. Who cares about one inning? Like, we can win so many points. Yeah. And who cares? They did it in 1. We'll do it in 4. We got 4 innings left? Let's do it. Here we go. Not?
Kelsey Harshman, love it. She's got the microphone on and she's giving us insight into her world. We've made it to the 4th inning. It is a 7-0 lead for Team Denham. The 3rd inning, the big difference in the game. Team Denham put 7 runs on the board to win the inning and give themselves a little bit of a working margin. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins, her first full inning of work, throws ball 1 to Megan Wiggins. How about this? In the 3rd inning, it took Mariah Masson 53 pitches to get 2 outs. It took Sydney Littlejohn Watkins 1 pitch to get the 3rd out. This is Amanda Lorenz leading things off. Megan Wiggins made the last out of the 3rd. So it's Lorenz, Leach, and Jaquish here in the 4th inning. Lorenz put the first 2 runs on the board with an opposite field home run. Handed a note, Danielle, that Team Denham in the 3rd inning had 770 feet worth of home runs.
Wow.
Lorenz, Gibson, and Svekis, a combined 770 feet. Three and 1. This is a dreamy count for Lorenz. This is the count that she hit her home run on last inning.
Ooh.
That's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Both Lorenz and Littlejohn Watkins, Florida ties. One as a player, Amanda Lorenz, one of the all-time greats. Littlejohn Watkins as an employee right now. Littlejohn Watkins, dietitian for Florida football. Don't eat that. Eat that. Good job. Clubbed into center field. The wind will keep that in the ballpark. And the play is made by Nichols. 1 down.
And everything right now for Team Chidester needs to about being efficient and trying to get outs to get back in to the dugout, try to score some runs. And easier said than done, but you know that if you're Amanda Chidester and you're close, like, you know the importance of being able to win those games, win those innings. You know it can hurt to lose the 30 points from the rollover innings. So at times too, you can see some of these women that maybe feel that pressure a little bit, and that's the beauty of the game. But week 5 brings a different flavor to it, just because there is a lot on the line. We're crowning a champion at the end of this, and Mooly Polar right now stands at the top, but Alyssa Denham making a good case and drafted a heck of a team. Like, statement drafting Rachel Garcia, but then you look at Amanda Lorenz and just what she's been able to do week to week. She's been really consistent, rock solid in the outfield. I think Team Denham could be dangerous.
No doubt about it. Two balls and 2 strikes to Leach. She's bounced to third and bounced to short. Well, this is an important part of the game because Team Denham, they won the first 3 innings, but you don't want to give it right back. Obviously, you got a 7-0 lead, and the tendency is, maybe take the foot off the gas. But these inning points are so vital moving forward. You just don't want to give any of them back.
You want to be as selfish as possible.
Every inning's worth 10 points. If you tie, those 10 points roll over to the next inning. Base hit to left field for Leach. First time that she's been aboard. 1 out single for Aubrey. Savannah Jaquish. A couple of walks and those 30 points for winning the first, second, and third. She's moved up to the 5th spot on the leaderboard. Here's your top 10. Jaquish jumping on top of Danielle O'Toole, who will play in tonight's ball game. So Jaquish on Sunday played 7 innings and didn't score 1 point. She's played 3 innings so far today. Doesn't have a hit, but she already has 30 plus the 16, 46 points.
I love it how you're able to just like do the mid-math. Like there's no way I'm taking on that challenge.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I start putting numbers out there and I got to come up with the answer.
I'm a finger counter at times, so it's just not going to work.
Leach bluffs. Must be a relief for Aubrey Leach. Not only is she playing professional softball right now, but she's also a law student. This is just gravy for her. The weekend, she can kind of let her hair down, put the books down for a little bit. Yeah, if you're in law school, I guess maybe you're still studying on the weekends. What a life, huh?
An incredible story just because of the Tennessee ties and Karen Weekly, who is a lawyer, and just her obviously wanting to not push that in a negative way, but like shed light on, hey, this is possible if you want to do it and you want to set your mind to it. And that's something that Aubrey Leach really says. Like Karen Weekly was at the forefront of like, hey, this is something that you're capable of doing. And Karen Weekly's worked with Aubrey Leach in the sense where she's on staff there at Tennessee, but knows she has to get her training in, knows she's going to have long hours as far as studying and putting in that time. And she's been her biggest supporter.
Jaquish, typical at bat, seeing a ton of pitches, fouling off anything difficult just to stay alive. Off the end of the bat, caught by Urtez. 2 down. Humpback liner, first time that Jaquish has been retired. If you're scoring at home, you put an H next to the 6, indicating humpback liner. Here's TV Tori Vidalis. RBI double for Tori an inning ago. I think for as long as she wants to play, she will always be among the leaders in doubles. It's just her swing is grooved to hit hard doubles into the gap. Sometimes those doubles go over the fence and they're homers. Wonderful hitter.
Good pick by Taylor Edwards behind the dish.
Wow, called strike. That looked like it was going to come in and hit Vidalis, and it bends over the plate.
Well, and that just goes to show this is a backdoor curveball, so it's going to look like it's going to hit a right-handed hitter and tail back in with that late break.
Again.
Good pitch. And she knows that she can't throw the ball over 62 miles an hour because then her spin rate goes down. So she's a pitcher that is focused on 59 to 62 miles an hour, and if she can keep the ball within that velocity, her spin rate on her pitches is significantly higher. And I remember talking to her in week 3 when I was here, and there was some travel ball coach that came up to her and said, half the girls on my team can throw harder than you do. And she kind of made a comment and said, well, do you understand the spin rate? Do you understand like what I do and what I'm great at? And every single pitcher is so unique in what they bring to the table. But spin is such a big factor. And obviously from 43 feet, you can't spin the ball like Sydney Littlejohn Watkins throwing 70 miles an hour. You just don't have as much time from the time you release the pitch to when it crosses the plate. So the fact that she throws it a little bit slower gives her more of an opportunity to really get her hands around it, spin it, and make it break and dance before it gets to Taylor Edwards.
Look at that. Spins it right past Tori Vidalis And it is a 0 put on the board by Sydney Littlejohn Watkins.
All about this curveball, just breaking down out of the zone. Pretty pitch, so good, Littlejohn Watkins.
Now the great Amanda Chidester retiring at the end of this weekend. Her team right now is trailing against Team Denham 7-0. We have 4 Michigan Wolverines in this year's Field with Athletes Unlimited softball. Amanda Chidester, Haley Wagner, Abby Ramirez, and also Sierra Romero. The longtime head coach with the Michigan Wolverines, Carol Hutchins, announcing her retirement early this week, and we got some reaction.
I'm the biggest Hutch fan in the world. Like, I would do anything for that lady.
Playing for Coach Hutch was amazing. She definitely helped develop me into the woman that I am today.
She was who she was all the time. And to me, that's so powerful because off the field, on the field, like you knew that she cared about you.
One of the greatest things I took from her is that I think that standard of excellence, and you know, she never allowed you to be anything but your best.
I just actually went back to Michigan, and for her to say how proud of she is of me and all the work that I've put in, and just the hugs, and just the whole community of Michigan softball, it just really represents what she represents.
When we were in college, she redid a ton of stuff where she's just educating us about Title IX.
She's such a big piece in that movement of standing up for women and demanding what is right and what we deserve, and to have that firsthand role model and to see that action every single day was amazing.
And it encourages me, inspires me to want to do that for the next generation too.
There's a chance that people who've known her for 30 years don't even know her name is Carol. Everyone calls her Hutch.
Yeah.
The legendary Hutch retiring. We wish you well. And Danielle, she's made me a better broadcaster. I've only met her a couple of times doing Michigan stuff over the years, but she watches everything. And the respect I have for Carol Hutchins, I got to get it right. I know she's watching, and I'm not going to screw up any story and have her upset with me. She had that bar up high, and so Hutch, I thank you for making everyone around you excellent, or at least try to be excellent.
I'm still hopeful that she'll be around the game. I just can't imagine her not being around and going to games and stuff like that, just because she's been such a force in this game and has made not only the game better, but the women, and that's what's such an important piece in the recruiting process. And when you make that decision as an athlete to commit to a program, I mean, they're the leader of your ship, they're the captain. You have to love and admire what they bring and be ready to learn and be a sponge around them. And she's just experienced so much in the game. And I vividly remember the year before my freshman year at Washington, watching Michigan win the national championship in 2005. And Jenny Ritter, Sam Finley, her freshman year, and being able to see a cold weather school win it was a really big deal, and that brought so much respect to Michigan, just because it had always been UCLA, Arizona, and that opened the door and the floodgates for everyone else to believe that, hey, it's possible for us too. And she set the standard of what being excellent is about. And you think about some of the greats that she's coached, and Sydney Romero and Haley Wagner and
Jenny
Ramirez.
Ritter.
I mean, yeah, Jenny
Finley
Ritter.
sisters.
Yeah, Jessica Merchant. That's someone that Amanda Chidester said that she really looked up to in this whole process, and that was someone that she loved watching play at Michigan.
Jaquish throws across the diamond to retire Jasmine Jackson. 1 down. A little bit less pressure for Jaquish this weekend. She's not a captain. Just gets a chance to play ball. Looks like she's enjoying just being the third baseman. Alyssa Denham, captain for the very first time. First time through the order. She gave up 1 base hit, didn't walk any, and struck out 3. Here's Amanda Chidester. Guarantee you this, Denham's going to keep it low to Chidester.
To me, if I flash back to last year and Alicia Ocasio winning, what I remember vividly about Alicia Ocasio almost every single outing was her ability to change speeds better than anyone in this league. And I look at Denham this year, and I look at the fact that she's changing speeds 2 to 3 times per at-bat to a hitter. And if you ask anyone in this league, that's the hardest thing to face as a hitter, is a pitcher that you know that can step on the mound and is just going to attack you down in the zone, but can throw 2 to 3 different off-speed pitches, because then it's hard to sit on something. And she's seen herself be successful, and see her sister watching in there. And in this league, that's a game changer for a pitcher. If you can't change speeds, it's hard because these hitters are too good. They get on time with velocity. They get on time with spin rate. But what makes a pitcher like Alyssa Denham successful, yes, she keeps the ball down. She can change speeds well, so when she changes those speeds, now it just adds extra giddy up on her down ball. So it seems like, hey, that feels like it's coming in at 66, 67, just because she can pull the string.
Ball just eats up Kaylee Clifton. That ball had some top spin on it, and Chidester is aboard with 1 out. It's going to be an interesting ruling for Amanda Chidester and for Alyssa Denham. Chitty needs all the hits she can get. She needs points here in the final weekend, and it is going to be scored a single. So it's a +10 for Amanda Chidester. If it had been ruled an error on Clifton, it would have been no points for Chidester. That being said, I'm sure Alyssa Denham probably would have liked to have been called an error, because if Chidester scores, that's going to be a -10 against her. A lot of pressure on the official score, because these points, positive and negatives, they're just vital this weekend. Here's Bubba Nichols. Nichols bounced to third, first time she saw Denham. Danielle, we saw Rachel Garcia getting loose in the pen down the right field side. She's backing up Denham. It's going to be an interesting strategy for Denham as the captain, trying to pick up points this final weekend, but also trying to win innings and win games. High pop-up, it's going to be playable. The sun's an issue, and the catch is made by Danielle Gibson. She staggered a bit. There are now 2 downs.
Especially for a first-time captain, I'm not opposed to throwing every game. It doesn't mean you have to throw 6 or 7 innings, but you could throw 5 today and throw 2 tomorrow, and then give yourself the 7 on Sunday if you wanted to. And that's the importance of being a captain. You can make those calls if you want it, but you also look at the pitchers that she has. I mean, she has Alicia Ocasio, she has Rachel Garcia, Greta Cicchetti, who's gotten some innings. So she has pitchers behind her that can take a good workload. But it's also trying to battle that demon of, like, how bad do I want it? How much do I want to jump up the leaderboard? I want to be #1, and I got to be in the game to get those personal stat points in order to do that. But winning innings is huge too.
And you also don't want to go backwards. And she hadn't for a long time. She hasn't given up an earned run since the 4th inning of Friday's game. That was the home run by Deja Mulipola. Ever since then, she has thrown 0s on the board. Just an incredible run. This is close. And I haven't crunched the numbers yet, but this is close to the most magical run we've ever seen with Athletes Unlimited. And we're talking about a 2-year run of Kat Osterman. This stretch of innings by Alyssa Denham, it's close to unheard of. This isn't against, some 1AA program in a midweek game. This is against elite hitters who have seen you now for 5 consecutive weeks on a weekend and weekend basis here on the exact same field and the exact same conditions.
Well, and at times you'll see pitchers right out of the gate week 1 have a little bit more success because hitters may not be exactly where they need to be. But I felt like in season 3, both sides of the ball have come to play right away. Like, the hitters have been on point, the pitchers have been ready to go. I think hitting has dominated a little bit more than maybe in the past. But Alyssa Denham, for me, has just continued to get better and better every single week, putting in that work throughout the week, scouting, watching video. And she's in a pretty cool spot here in week 5.
All right, Denham may have been pitching around Harshman to get to the right-handed batting Edwards. We've got an inning win on the line. Should Amanda Chidester score from second base, it would be 10 points for everyone on Team Chidester. And it would be a -10 against Denham because Chidester's ball was ruled a single, not an error on Clifton. That's a base hit. Here comes Chidester around third. The ball is muffed, and Chitty scores. It's an inning win for Team Chidester. 2-out single by Taylor Edwards.
A little bit of a bobble by Gibson, but I think that Amanda Chidester is going to score no matter what. It was a good piece of hitting by Taylor Edwards. That was not a bad pitch. Taylor Edwards just saw that ball deep, dropped, hit it to the right side, and it got through.
Jordan Roberts swings at the first pitch and pops it foul to Tori Vidalis. But a productive 4th inning for Team Chidester. They score their first run of the game. It's a +10 for everyone on Team Chidester. Love it. Next generation having fun on a Friday night here in Rosemont.
You look good. You look great. You look good. So good, Denham. Yeah, it's a good pitch, had a baby. Thank you. Have y'all seen that SNL skit with more cowbell? More cowbell. And they're like, I used to do it for the Vanessa. More cowbell.
I love that. Someone said more cowbell. Fun stuff. Kaylee Clifton will bat second here in our 5th inning. DJ Sanders, Kaylee Clifton, Danielle Gibson. Team Denham leading 7-1, but maybe momentum moving a bit. The 4th inning was won by Team Chidester. 2-out RBI single off the bat of Taylor Edwards. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins. Ball just fell out of her hands. She was getting ready to, and she's like, no one saw that, right? If you're engaged on the rubber and the ball drops out of your hand, it's a ball. All right, we've got an opportunity for another chair chat. We're going to talk to Tatum Edwards. She's the facilitator this weekend for Team Chidester. Tatum, what's going on?
Thanks for having me.
How's your week been? Well, have you been here all week? Oh my goodness, that ball was hammered, but fouled by about a foot off the bat of DJ Sanders. You've been here all summer long. How have you enjoyed being a facilitator?
I've loved it. I've thrown a lot of BP, so I've gotten to see a lot of different types of swings. The coolest part is just to hear all of the athletes talk to each other about what kind of adjustments they want to make, what things are coming in to really focus on for the day of practice. But being around my sister and having a chance to kind of coach her a little bit, but seeing all these athletes and where they've come from and the conversations they have is pretty amazing.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. If I'm correct, this is week 2 of you being with Taylor, right?
Yep.
I mean, I know getting the chance to talk to her behind the plate when we were doing the mic'd in, how much she was looking forward to this with you, but what has it been like for you getting to be around your sister and spend this good quality time? And I know your guys' relationship is just so tight-knit.
Yeah, no, it's been incredible. It's something that, man, I'm just like, I look back and I kind of get teary-eyed because I've seen her go through the trenches of everything she's been through since college and holding on to now. I mean, her body has withstood a lot of different things. So she's just gotten smarter. She's gotten I'm so proud of everything that she's accomplished and all the things that she continues to learn as she's gotten older and a veteran in this league.
Was there anything that Amanda Chidester wanted to try to change heading into the last week of the draft? I mean, we know that she's been taking Anissa Urtez right out of the gate, but what was the conversation that you guys had together heading into the draft that one final time?
Yeah, she didn't really want to change a lot other than just really trying to get solid pitching. She's one that just wants to compete, so everyone that she wanted to draft this week is just competitive. That's really the only thing that she really wanted. Just she wants to compete.
Tatum, just curious. I know that you're legendary for some of the athletic feats. I've watched you over the years. Goal foul pole to foul pole on your hands. I know that you're super competitive. Ball's on the ground to Urtez. The team that you're facilitating with, you got Amanda Chidester, you got Anissa Urtez, you got Sydney Littlejohn Watkins. All of you guys have committed to being the best versions of yourselves physically. Has that been a topic of conversation throughout the course of the week?
A little bit. It's just like Chitty had some things to say today, even during our gate conversations, and it's just like you take a step back and you're like, wow, I'm not an athlete anymore, but what am I going to do to continue to make sure that I'm in the top shape of my life after the sport? But I mean, Chitty has done remarkable things with her body. So has Sid, and it's a testament to what they do on a daily basis, and to be their best as they continue to get older. I mean, that's the most important thing, is taking care of your body, and it really shows for all these athletes. And I'm just glad to be here and listen to all the things they have to say.
Tatum, thank you for stopping by, and I've enjoyed watching you over the years and talking about you, and I still want to see you walk in your hands one more time. It's one of my favorite
Maybe
things.
I will. Thanks so much for having me.
Tatum Edwards. 2 outs here, bases clear. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins has been a revelation. She came out of the pen in that 7-run third inning for Team Denham. And she has only allowed 1 base hit. That was to Aubrey Leach an inning ago. And no swing. For those who don't recall, Tatum Edwards was an elite pitcher at Nebraska. It was the pitcher-catcher sister combination, throwing to Taylor. And then for a long time, playing pro ball, National Pro Fast Pitch, Tatum Edwards. I think she played internationally too. And there is the strikeout. Gibson leaves the bat on the shoulder. Littlejohn Watkins, 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts in the 5th inning. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Team Denham leading Team Chidester by a score of 7-1. We've got 10 innings in terms of inning points on the line. Don't miss your last chance to see the excitement of Athletes Unlimited softball in person right here in Rosemont, Illinois. This is the final weekend. We've got doubleheaders tomorrow and on Sunday. Tickets are still available. auprosports.com/tickets. Man, what a difference a couple of years has made. This Athletes Unlimited experience got started, the entire thing. We're talking all the sports now, lacrosse and volleyball and basketball. It all started with softball in this building 3 years ago at the height of the COVID pandemic. And miraculously, it went off almost without a hitch. The one problem was we didn't have any fans. But now we've got fans and we've got high-level play. People have figured out this whole system. Man, isn't it just amazing, Danielle, how much has changed? Yet how much has stayed the same?
I mean, the fact that now you get to have fans in the stands, and I think it really hit me for AUX when you got to see some of those women that were born and raised in California, and their family was there, and they really would get teary-eyed talking about how important that piece is for family to get to see you compete at the highest level. And I mean, we've had a good rock-solid bunch here in Athletes Unlimited that have come out last season, but every single year it just seems to grow a little bit more, a little bit more.
Haley Busby, short hop by Jaquish. You know what, Jaquish has really impressed me this year at third. Just looks so natural and confident playing at the hot corner. Maybe because she's only played third this year. In years past, we saw her in right field, first base, she caught.
When I was calling games with Chucky in week 3.
Oh, big league me, yeah.
Sorry, she was catching.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen her scoot around a little bit, but she has been pretty consistent at third base. I hate to break your heart, but I've seen her catch.
High pop up, folks, you know what that would be. Home run in a phone booth. Oh, it's dropped by Leach. And it's gonna be a runner at second base with 1 out. Sydney Sherrill did not give up on that. Sherrill just kept cooking, and she's got herself in scoring position on the error by Leach. Did Cheryl make Leach? She was right next to her when she dropped it.
Next up, the shortstop, number 7.
Oh my, that's a big play. So there should be 2 outs. If that runner scores from second, it would be an unearned run and it would not go against Denham. But if that runner scores, it's going to be an inning win for Team Chidester. Right now, Amanda Chidester and Alyssa Denham in a dogfight for the number 2 and 3 spot on the leaderboard. Here's Urtez. Anissa 1 for 2. Currently tied with Hannah Flippin for the number 8 spot on the leaderboard. Flippin will play later tonight. Hannah this week is on Team Mulipola. Off-speed pitch right back to Denham. Never even thought of going to third. They would have had Cheryl dead to rights if she even looked that direction. There are now 2 outs.
Good play by Denham. At this point, just trying to get outs. Yes, and Cheryl gets to third, but you have 2 outs. Go and attack Jasmine Jackson.
Jackson 0 for 2 against Denham. Starts with a strike. Jackson struck out in the first inning, bounced to third in the 4th. Clubbed into the alley. That one's off the wall. The run scores. Jackson with a sliding double. It's another inning win for Team Chidester. And the error by Leach comes back to haunt Team Denham.
Well, I feel like we've kind of seen that. You saw that with that inning of Amanda Chidester with the error, and then all of a sudden stuff started to happen. And same thing happens here. Aubrey Leach drops that ball. Now it gives someone else an opportunity. If you give teams like this another opportunity and don't man up and get those outs, it can be tough. Second chances gonna make you pay.
Well, that run is unearned, so it's not a -10 against Denham. And if any more runs score, they all will be unearned as well. According to the official score, that error on Leach and the inning should be over right now. There should have been 3 outs, which means that the pitcher's off the hook. But it still hurts to lose the inning if you're Alyssa Denham. Amanda Chidester singled and scored an inning ago. Hits this one high and deep to left, and this one is gone! A homer! Chitty, chitty, bang, bang! We've got a ball game. 7-4 is our count. At any level of softball, you just can't give up free outs to keep innings alive.
Well, this is an off-speed pitch, and Amanda Chidester goes down to get it. And I know we've talked about it, but Amanda Chidester is retiring after this weekend. So the fact that, number one, you even get to hit a bomb in your last couple games, but she's also making a name for herself and someone that's trying to be the first position player to ever win Athletes Unlimited. I mean, it's only been pitchers. Kat Osterman, Alicia Ocasio, Danielle O'Toole with AUX. Will a position player win it this year?
So Amanda Chidester sends Alyssa Denham into that first base dugout. Denham, the captain, takes herself out and brings in Rachel Garcia. Pretty good weapon right here to come out of your bullpen. Garcia from UCLA has thrown as hard, if not harder, than anyone else so far this season.
You're right, she does. She throws it hard, but she complements Alyssa Denham well because she does go up in the zone quite a bit more. And I think that's something to know as a pitcher when you're coming into a game. Okay, Alyssa Denham and her game plan, she was primarily down and off speed. Now I can go heavy on the hands. I can throw the ball up in the zone and hopefully use that to my advantage.
Yeah, that's the home run ball. Sam Fisher's got her hands on it. All right, so the first batter that Rachel Garcia will face is her former UCLA teammate, Bubba Nichols. They won a national championship together, playing for the Bruins. We talk about the greatest of the greats in terms of high school players in California. Bubba Nichols and Rachel Garcia on that short list. We have had 2 errors in the ball game, Danielle, and both have been pivotal. Amanda Chidester made an error. The first batter of the 3rd inning, Megan Wiggins, hit a ball that looked routine to Chidester. She couldn't make the play on. And the next thing you know, Team Denham scored 7 runs in that 3rd inning. Now here in our 5th inning, Aubrey Leach not able to handle a pop-up. And because of the extended inning, 3 runs have scored for Team Chidester.
And that's what I was talking about. Like, if you give these women another opportunity when an out should be made, they find a way to make you pay. Great spot by Garcia. Gwen Svekis behind the plate wanted that. But these hitters are too good, right? If you give them that opportunity or that small window where you make an error, sometimes they make you pay for it.
So because of the error by Leach, all of the runs that scored are not earned. But Amanda Chidester makes up some ground. Chitty gets the 40 points for the homer. She's going to get an extra 10 for the inning win. That's a plus 50. And all of a sudden, you start thinking about MVP votes because you're going to look at Chitty's line at the end of the game, and she's got 2 base hits. And MVP 1 is worth 60, MVP 2 is worth 40, MVP 3 is a plus 20. So a lot of different things coming into play late in this ball game. Nichols to Leach. Side is retired, but Amanda Chidester doing Amanda Chidester things.
I hope this is not the last home run that we ever get the chance to see Amanda Chidester hit, but it's given me all the goosebumps up here in the booth. Team Chitty wins the inning, 10 points. Gonna miss seeing this one play.
Welcome back, everyone. Take a look at our Geico defensive play of the game. And man, we talk about Anissa Urtez a lot. Soft hands, awareness, that internal clock, knowing how much time she has. Really hard to find a better shortstop defensively than Anissa Urtez. And with the offense she provides, there's a reason why she has been a first-round pick each and every week so far this season. Take a look at Danielle. How about your Defensive Player of the Year candidates? This is it. That's it for you, huh? Your top 5.
I'm on the edge of my seat. But you look at the middle infielders, and just the top 3 for me is Flip, Urtez, and Sis Bates. Just because you know the importance, you need a leader in the infield, and to me, it's a shortstop. We've seen Aaliyah Andrews lay out and make some great plays, and Lily Piper with the snipe. And she's made some good plays over at third base. I wish I knew. I want to know.
I'm going to give a little shout out to Bubba Nichols, and of course, Haley McClenny. Little outfielder love. Gwen Svekis. Hey, there you go! Anissa Urtez robbery! That's what I'm talking about. What a gorgeous defensive play to begin our 6th inning.
It's almost like she knew we were talking about who the Geico Defensive Player of the Year is going to be. I love it. Amanda Chidester, so happy. That's what it's all about. It's just about stepping up, making great plays if the opportunity's there. And Anissa Urtez always finds herself in the action.
Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins has now retired 6 in a row. This has been like a game on a teeter-totter. Team Denham was up high, up 7-0 early in the ball game, and all of a sudden they're down low. It's all Team Chidester, and it's been spearheaded by the pitching of Littlejohn Watkins, who has allowed her team to get back into this game.
I mean, you can go out as a pitcher and put zeros up on the board and just give your team that fighting chance. So important. And you just see Team Chitty kind of stirring the pot a little bit, getting a little bit more momentum. And it's just plays like that. Like a play like that after an Amanda Chidester home run is huge, but it gives you that little extra pep in your step knowing, hey, we're good. We have 6 outs left. Momentum's a little bit more on our side right now. Let's keep going.
On the grounder, Tez, chance to show off. Man, everywhere you'd want her to be. 2 down. Starting to turn the tide for me here. It may be the recency bias, but I'm loving Anissa Urtez and her potential for Defensive Player of the Year. Back to the top of the order, and Amanda Lorenz. She played in the first 2 runs of the game with a homer back in the 3rd inning. That was against Mariah Masson.
And if I stand corrected, she would be back-to-back Geico Defensive Players of the Year. Right. She won it in 2021, but this year...
AUX with
Sis Bates, but in the championship season last year, Anissa Urtez won it. Now 3 winners get it with a cash bonus.
Done, yep.
But she's high on the list. It's hard for me to choose. I look at Hannah Flippin and some of the plays that she's been able to make, and Sis Bates, but you can't put the offensive piece because it's just defense. I don't know, Eric.
There's Sis.
Hanging out with Boston, that's Charlotte Morgan's daughter.
Roped. Wow, what a play. Haley Busby almost took her glove off. Amanda Lorenz absolutely scorched it, but to the wrong spot. The vacuum, Haley Busby makes the play. When we come back, he's going to have a special guest. Stick around, back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. We've made it to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 7-4 lead, Team Denham, but Team Chidester with some inning points on the line. Key Michael is standing by with Danielle Gibson's sister, Katie. Key.
I am. Katie, I feel like you don't even need an introduction because you are literally the mini-me of your sister, Danielle. But a couple of questions for you. What's one of your favorite memories with your sister when you were growing up?
My favorite memory with my sister growing up is when we would make like these funny little dances and we would record them and like perform them in front of my family, and she would like choreograph the whole dance.
You guys were the prelude to TikTok, and so you're not a softball player. You do something totally different. What do you do?
I do barrel racing, so it's like something within like the rodeo,
Horse riding.
Yeah. Horse
okay, we're gonna dumb it down for me, but that is so cool. I'm sure you've learned so many things from your sister, but what's like one of the proudest moments you remember of your sister's career?
My proudest moment of my sister's career is when she hit the home run cycle. I was like...
Do you remember where you were?
I was, yeah. I was in the Habit Burger, like a burger place
burger joints
in California when she did it. And I was like, oh my God.
Did you spill ketchup all over the place in excitement?
I'm sure my dad did.
I'm sure you were very clean. Well, awesome. Thanks so much for chatting with us, and I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here.
Back to you guys.
Is there anything more rare in the sporting world than the home run cycle? You know, the cycle is impossible. Well, a home run, 4 home runs in a game is like unheard of. But then to have a solo home run, a 2-run home run, a 3-run home run, and a granny. Wow. Ooh, Taylor Edwards almost get hit by her own foul ball.
I wonder how often that happens. I need to hit up Google to see like the last hit for the cycle in college. Like when that happened, I mean, Danielle Gibson took the college softball world by storm. Like everyone was talking about it.
Someone did it in minor league baseball, I want to say a month ago. And yeah, super, like it won't happen again for another 80 years, but I have heard of it happen twice. And once was Danielle Gibson this past spring with Arkansas, and just a couple of weeks ago, somewhere in the world of minor league baseball. Taylor Edwards working against Rachel Garcia. Could be 2. There's 1. Oh no, they only get the 1. Aubrey Leach had it pop out of her glove as she had secured it quickly. That would have been a twin kill.
outs are crucial at this point. Aubrey Leach able to hang on. That would have been kind of the perfect double play there, but they were able to at least get one.
All right, Danielle, no one loves trivia more than you. In the history of Athletes Unlimited softball, who has scored the most points in Week 5 action of Athletes Unlimited? So your hint is you need to have someone who played in each of the first 2 years of Athletes Unlimited. We're going to have a pinch runner. Edwards is going to leave. And we're going to have Kiki Stokes O'Connor come run for her at first. All right, so who is the all-time Week 5 leader in points scored?
I think just because you asked this question before Jordan Roberts came up, that's I'm going to have to lean towards Jordan Roberts. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
She's been the best of the best in the final weekend of Athletes Unlimited, both in 2020 and 2021. On average, she scores 499 points per weekend. And it's not even close to anyone else. 898 points the final weekend, each of the last 2 years combined.
I still remember your call on the Kelly Barnhill home run. Do you remember that?
Oh, deep into the night.
That was on the last day,
Oh,
I think,
my goodness.
on Sunday, too. Or Monday, championship. The end of this whole thing, I remember it just being a big deal.
They're thinking about closing down the O'Hare Airport because of an unidentified flying object over the airfield. We don't know what it is. Just pulverized it. I still believe it's the longest home run hit with Athletes Unlimited.
I know, I wonder, I don't think that they had the tracking system that
Nope.
they do now. Oh, man, I wish.
Roberts strikes out. That's the second out of the inning.
It's another example of a backdoor. That is a tough pitch. I think you swing at that, you get jammed up. Good spot by Garcia.
Haley Busby. Busby made that nice defensive play out in right field to end the top of the sixth. All right, just handed a note by my guy, friend of the program, Rob Geese. Chandler Redmond, for those of you at home, playing for the Springfield Cardinals, Double-A team with the Cardinals, hit for the home run cycle earlier this summer.
Do you think your guy can see the last time it happened in the college game? Who's going to toot my horn with the facts, huh?
We'll get to that.
And Daniel Gibson was the last to do it, and it was last season, so it would have been 2021.
Right, yep.
But I can't even give an educated guess when the last one was. I can't even. I'm gonna go with 2004. Just threw it out there.
Okay. I kind of, it's so rare. Yeah. I'm not even gonna hazard a guess.
It's the hardest thing ever to do. I mean, Haley McClinney had a chance to hit for the cycle this year, and I thought she was just gonna lag out a triple, but
Busby flies out to center field, and it is a scoreless sixth inning. So it's going to be a points rollover inning. 20 points are on the line when we come back for the seventh here in Rosemont. For every run during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, aspiration is planting 10 trees. Amanda Chidester right there planting 10. That home run that she hit back in the fifth inning. Heading to Week 5, 2,430 trees have been committed this season thanks to aspiration support. Amanda Chidester now on the year with 6 homers and that perpetual smile. She's enjoying her final go-around as a pro. Well, we're going to be joined this half inning by the second baseman for Team Chidester, Kelsey Harshman. And Kelsey, you've had a fun, wonderful season this go-around. What's it like playing with Amanda Chidester this week?
It's so great. It's like emotional because I feel like the sport of softball just like doesn't function without Chitty. But I definitely, my heart pounds a little bit harder when knowing I get to play right next to her.
what was kind of the method to the madness this week as far as practice, and obviously it being the last time that she's ever going to compete in 3 games? Did you guys talk about that? Is it almost like it doesn't exist? What's the mentality like?
Yeah, it really is like it doesn't exist. Like she is just like still helping people, you know, figure out their swings, and was just like in everyone's ear during BP, and is just like trying to kind of better our play. And it's just like, God, Chitty, you are, you know, it's your last week. You could literally make it all about yourself, and she's just not doing that. And that's what makes it so easy to play behind her on the pitch. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
KG, what would you say? I mean, obviously 2020, 2021 you've played, but to me, this is by far the best that I've seen you thrive in this environment. Has there been anything different? Is it not, you know, doing too much with Team Canada, where this has solely been your focus? Why are you playing better than ever in Athletes Unlimited?
Oh my, sorry, SJ. Woo!
Don't apologize.
I was not ready for a sack bunt right there. Oh, okay. I mean, I think it's just a test to like putting in your time. Like 2020, I came in and hadn't, you know, we played a little bit in the NPF as like the Canadian Wild, but we didn't really get that NPF experience that other teams got, and didn't get to create, you know, relationships and friendships with some of the girls on the other teams. So when we got here in 2020, I was like, I know like 3 people. Like I've actually had a conversation with like 3 or 4 people. And then just, you know, it was tough. It sucks. It sucks not playing. We all want to be out here, but just learning, asking tough questions. Oh, gosh darn it. And then last year, just getting a little bit more playing time. And I actually tip my cap a little bit to Team Canada, because I think it was easy to kind of fall back on you guys, and you guys were able to like lift me up and remind me like, hey, we all deserve to be here. You deserve to be here. You're a great, you know, you're a great teammate. You're a great softball player. And so I got to tip my cap to you guys of, you know, making that little bit of confidence kind of just pour out of me a little bit more.
Has there been kind of anyone that maybe you've connected with a little bit outside the box that maybe you hadn't over the course of the 2 years, and your relationship's gotten a little stronger year 3?
Yeah, oh man. I really love Hannah Flippin. She is someone I've always looked up to, and I love the way she plays the game, and it's been really great. Come on. Just connecting with her, like we chatted and we're, you know, friendly, and now I can, you know, say we're, you know, good friends, and so that's really exciting, and it is easy to kind of elevate your play when you're around, you know, someone as great as she is, and so I love having her kind of in my back pocket as a friend.
Well, Kelsey, I've had the utmost pleasure watching you play this year. I love your swing. I love how calm you are in the batter's box, and keep on keeping on over the next couple of days, okay?
Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah.
Kelsey Harshman has a real opportunity to hit 400 when this is all said and done. Came into this ball game hitting .378, 14 for 37. She had a hit last time up. She's now 15 for 39 on the year. Wonderful campaign. All right, big part of our ball game right here. Team Denham has lost all form of momentum, but they've got runners on at first and at second with nobody out. In the heart of the order batting, Tori Vidalis flips it foul. Team Denham won the first 3 innings just by winning the third. They scored 7 times in the third inning. First and the second inning had rolled over. But since then, it's been all Team Chidester. Now they're in line to get the win, but with the momentum with Team Chidester, there's not a lot of wiggle room right now for Team Denham. They'd like to add on and get some runs.
Yeah, 3 runs to me going into the bottom of the 7th. Not enough. Want to find a way to scrape a couple across here, especially with no outs. Cannot have enough runs, and I know we talked about it early on, but this is the type of time when it's like you need to be selfish. Score as much as you can. Put yourself in a position to head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Trying to seal.
Ball gets away from the catcher, and wow, aggressive base running by Leach to take an extra 60 feet. Both Leach and Jaquish move up, and it's now runners at second and third, and the count has gone to 1-2.
That's impressive. I don't know how that missed Tori.
And Savannah Jaquish is going to be lifted. They're going to have a pinch runner for Jaquish. Rachel Lewis is into the ball game. All right, let's reset. It's a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch running for Savannah Jaquish out at second base. number 43, Rachel Lewis. Lewis running for Team Denham.
Got an official timeout. Home plate umpire Smokey Eads getting a new satchel of balls. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners in scoring position. Infield is in. Three and 2. Little John Watkins had been magnificent until this 7th inning. Back-to-back singles by Leach and Jaquish. She'd love a strikeout here. Off of Scott Maier's right leg. Foul ball. And Scott's trying to walk it off. Another 3-2 pitch. Down the left field line, no doubt about it. A homer! 3-run blast, Tori Vidales. Second extra base hit of the ball game for Tori Vidales, 293 feet. It is home run number 5 on her season, and the lead is 10-4.
Backdoor curveball, turns on it, opens up her hips, able to get this ball out of here in a heartbeat. She knows it. Had a good at-bat, was seeing a good amount of pitches, just waiting for a pitch in and around her wheelhouse. And I'm kind of getting the like apple bottom jeans vibe. Maybe someone told me that, but I love that they chose that.
Tori Vidales has had a fantastic season. An extra base hit waiting to happen. Yeah, we're just getting started with this final weekend of Athletes Unlimited Softball. We've got another game later tonight. We're going to see Team Mulipola take on Team McClenny. And then tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock Eastern time, you can find Team McClenny, Team Chidester, followed up by Team Denham, Team Mulipola. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, doubleheader starting at 2 Eastern. So tomorrow we start at 1 Eastern. On Sunday, we start at 2 Eastern. New pitcher into the ball game is Haley Wagner. She's the 3rd pitcher for Team Chidester. Veteran from Michigan, coming on here in the 7th inning, still nobody out.
Haley Wagner, damage control coming in. No outs on the board. Find a way to just find that strike zone early. Try to get your team back in the dugout, but coming from the left side, has a great changeup.
Rachel Garcia, this will be her first at bat. She came on to pitch a couple innings ago and now bats in the number 5 hole that had been occupied by DJ Sanders.
Tori Vidales just, hey, it's my bad. My bad. At least it wasn't a liner. I think it bounced before I hit him, so it doesn't hurt as much.
Alyssa Denham, captain for the first time. She did a good job of shepherding through this ball game. Maybe the hardest thing she had to do was figure out when it was time to go to Rachel Garcia. Denham wanted to stay in the circle and get as many outs as she could, but Didn't want to run the risk of giving up too many earned runs and losing innings and possibly lose the game. Finally pulled the trigger with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Garcia has thrown shutout ball up so far. Garcia's only allowed 1 hit. She's gone an inning and a 3rd. And more than likely Garcia will come out and pitch that 7th inning and win not only the inning but also win the ball game. Softly hit to the second baseman. Harshman makes the play.
Well, and getting the opportunity to talk to Charlotte Morgan, the facilitator, and just hearing out the fact that Alyssa Denham said, hey, I'm stoked to have you as my captain. I mean, you're going to have to help me through this. And there has been times when captains have really just kind of put it in the facilitator's hands. And one that I think about was Kat Osterman. When she was in the circle, she wanted to solely focus on the task at hand. You get into that beast mode, competitor mode. You don't want to deal with sometimes all the outside distractions because maybe you take a pitch off and something happens. And so to be able to have a facilitator that you can trust and help make those decisions, it makes it a little bit of a smoother transition, especially for a first-time captain. I mean, this is Alyssa Denham's first opportunity doing it in week 5, and she drafted a heck of a team.
0-1 to Clifton. This is going to be fascinating, absolutely fascinating to see what happens when this game is over with. We're talking about the 2 and the 3 spot on the leaderboard. Denham right now is 42 points behind Chidester. But if Team Denham wins this 7th inning, that's going to be a plus 20 for everyone on, oh, that's going to fall. How did that fall? And it gets away from the right fielder, Busby. This is going to be a gift triple for Kaylee Clifton. Oh my! The sun was a factor, maybe the wind a bit of an issue, and the ball drops and takes a wicked spin into foul territory for a triple for Clifton.
And the sun is a lot out there, and Busby saw Kelsey Harshman running at her, and Kelsey Harshman saw Busby coming at it, and I think there just wasn't as much communication. I mean, you see her, she's trying to guard her eyes, she's doing everything she can. We've seen some outfielders struggle a little bit with the sun, and you can wear the shades, you can wear the hat, but once you lose track of the ball, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta hope you don't get smacked with it.
That's a tough blow for Haley Wagner. If the runner comes home from 3rd, there is only 1 out. It's going to be an earned run. Into left field, Jackson makes the play, and Clifton bluffs. 2 down. All right, finishing off that thought. Alyssa Denham is currently 42 points behind Amanda Chidester. Now, it looks as if there's a great chance that Team Denham's going to win the 7th inning and the 6th. It's a rollover. That's a plus 20. If they win the ball game, that's another 50. So that's 70 points that Denham could get, and she would get ahead of Chidester again. But then, Danielle, we'd have to consider MVP points. Denham goes 4 2/3 innings as the starting pitcher. She's going to get the win. Is that going to be enough to get MVP 1, 2, or 3? Amanda Chidester, if your team loses, but she has a couple of hits, including a homer, does she get MVP 1, 2, or 3? Interesting.
I know, right now, I mean, just even looking at Vidalis and her performance, you look at Amanda Lorenz, like a lot of the times you'll sometimes see those MVP points going to the women that are hitting the long ball. Like Lorenz was kind of clutch right out of the gate, and I know I'm always on the edge of my seat when it comes to MVPs. Sometimes I'm shocked, sometimes I'm like, I'm the smartest human in Athletes Unlimited. I could have told you that.
Gwen Svekis pops it up. Wind an issue, sun a factor. And Harshman makes the play like a pro. Side is retired, but more damage done. Team Denham.
Tori Vidalis just continuing the hot streak. One of my favorites to watch in this league. Hits it over the player suite. Team Denham seems to be in a good spot.
Middle infielder, my fiance, Anissa Urtez.
We've competed against each other for all of our national team experience. Like, she's played for USA and I played for Mexico, so we've had those boundaries of competing against each other. It's definitely a bonus when we're on the same team because I do love her energy. When we first met, I was like, I don't want want to be on your team because you're loud and you're a hype woman. Like, I want to be on your team. So we're always cheering for each other no matter what happens, you know, looking at the rankings and just having fun with it. So it's been fun both ways.
It's been a major story all season long. Anissa Urtez and her fiance Amanda Chidester connected at the hip for 5 weeks. First time in the history of Athletes Unlimited. The two teammates have gone the entire season together. And it's been a perfect match. They've played phenomenally, both individually and racked up a lot of points. They both began today in the top 10. Sydney Sherrill leads things off. Team Chidester down 6 runs in the game, but 3's kind of a big number. If they can get at least tie this inning, they would need 4 runs to win the inning. So 4, I guess, is the big number. Team Denham scored 3 times in the top of the 7th inning, so Team Chidester would need 4 against one of the best pitchers in the world in Rachel Garcia, but stranger things have happened. Everyone's still playing to pick up points as well. And Cheryl would love just an easy 10 with a single. A walk wouldn't hurt. It's +8. Confident swing by Cheryl. After Cheryl, Anissa Urtez, Jasmine Jackson. If anyone gets on, Amanda Chidester. Called strike 3. Second strikeout for Garcia. Both had been looking.
This is kind of a little bit of a drop ball. See that movement. It's a great pitch. Job by Gwen Svekis behind the plate. Sid Sherrill not stoked about it, but 2 strikes. You never want to leave anything up to the umpire.
I think there's a chance that Rachel Garcia could be in consideration for one of those MVP nods, maybe MVP 3. She's come out of the bullpen and faced 6 batters and retired 5 out of 6. If she gets through this 7th inning clean. Oh, right back to Garcia, dropped it, and she's going to get Urtez out at first. Urtez was frustrated on the nice play by Garcia and wasn't busting it down the line, and it's going to be 2 down in the 7th. Unlimited Club provides great benefits, including voting on league decisions, interaction with players, signed items, and more. For more information or to join today, go to auprosports.com. Here's Jasmine Jackson trying to keep the game alive. Lifts it into left field. Lorenz makes the play, and the ball game is over. Alyssa Denham wins her first game as a captain. Final score, 10-4, good buddy. We will see as the inning wins, 20 of them for everyone on Team Denham, and the +50 for winning the game are tallied. And Alyssa Denham is going to leapfrog over Amanda Chidester into the 2nd spot. We've already had the inning points added in, and now we have a +50 for everyone wearing that light blue. So with the 50, Alyssa Denham will leapfrog over Amanda Chidester, and then we will have MVP points to hand out. And so we'll have to get back to you on that when we have our second game, which is coming up in just a bit. Team Mulipola and Team McClenny. Oh, wow. Alyssa Denham with those +50 is going to tie Deja Mulipola for the top spot. And if she gets any MVP points, oh my goodness, look at that! We're tied atop the leaderboard of the final weekend. Danielle, we're just getting started. It's going to be fun next couple of days. All right, sure hope you enjoyed it. We're going to take a quick time out, and we will have another one coming your way in just a moment. Team Mulipola, Team McClenny, that is coming up. So stick around. In approximately 17 minutes time, we'll have our Game 2 for Danielle Laurie, for Key Michael, and our entire Athletes Unlimited crew. I'm Eric Collins. We'll see you soon.